have we lowered the bar in regards to the expectation level of our football players in the NFL level? I'm bringing it up only because I don't know if you've seen the latest Tiki Barber rant on a podcast.
He went off on somebody, didn't he?
Austin Ekler. We'll let you hear it. Bailey, pop it up real quick. Austin Ekler basically said he don't want to carry the football as much as people might do. So Tiki Barber went in on him and talked about this.
Ekler said something the other day that was so discouraging. Discouraging. It had nothing to do with anything. It was discouraging because he was asked about why the Jim Harbaugh-led Chargers weren't ideal for him, or why they moved on from him. And you know what his answer was?
No.
They want a guy who can run the ball 300 times a season. They want someone who can run the ball 300 times a season.
So in other words, Ekler was saying he can't do that?
Yes.
But as a running back, you should
go look at how many times I ran the ball 300 times a season.
So Ekler basically wasn't up to the
Well, he's just saying it's not my game. Right?
Yeah.
It's not my game to be dude, you couldn't get me off the field.
That's a tough thing for Ekler to say when he's the one waving for how much money he wants long term. You want to be a bell cow or not?
Be on the field all the time, right? Don't be a liability on third down. Catch the ball out of the backfield. Truck it through the offensive line 25 times a game, right? You want to get paid? Be that.
I mean, let me ask you before we dive into it, what he said is you and I in his generation. That's what football was.
In mine as well.
And not yours. I would have said your name if that was the case. So Smitty's generation and this newer generation, and even though I'm not saying Smitty played. He played the D tackle position, and he was there, and he showed up, and he didn't want to transfer. And he still fits into the mold of me wanting to coach him. I would have wanted to coach Smitty because he was old school. He was before the portal and the NIL. The thing I'm saying, though, before we even dive into it, he has a case, but then also would that hurt him now in dealing with the negotiation of an NFL team that wants to sign him and say, hey man, you're used baggage. You got too many carries. That's what they're using against these running backs now. So I think it's like a double-edged sword here. I love the old school mentality. I want to fucking play. I want you to earn your keep, play the game. But at the same time now, are we where we at? NFL market. Look at the NFL marketplace. Hey, the lowest it's ever been.
Soft as cotton candy, man. That's some sweet shit he said. Think about this. 300 carries over 17 games is 17 carries a game.
It's not a lot.
Ooh, damn. I ain't even break it down like that. Shall I say it again, Shaun? It's how many?
300 carries over 17 games is 17 carries a game.
Damn.
But then he'll go in there and argue that they ain't paying him enough. And watch what that mentality breeds. Football ain't something you can fake.
Right.
So if you out there running back and you don't want that contact, you shying away from it, what value do you have? He's the perfect example of how fantasy football has leaked into real football. He's an elite fantasy football running back in a PPR league because of the amount of catches that he has.
Or how many points he got you.
Right.
How many points he got you.
He's convinced himself that I can be of value as a running back and not really be a running back. Just put me in the game you want to throw the ball.
Shaun, I've been saying this for years, and I also been saying this. American sports are fucking dying. See, everybody can keep saying they're not, but this is why they are, in my opinion. Baseball's now, pitchers are on a pitch count. We're pulling Kershaw out the goddamn playoff game in the 7th inning. He's pitching a fucking shutout, and then to bring in this guy fresh, gives up 2 homers against Houston. They lose the fucking World Series. I'm like, nah, man. This is beyond analytics. We've turned American sports into a geek squad GA's job. And I'm like, hold on. How about nuts and guts, motherfucker? Hey, Kershaw, motherfucker, in this bitch right here, get these 3 out. There's no more. Well, you know what? You've pitched 97 balls. You got to come out now. No more nuts and guts. They're taking it out. And it's like, wait, are we living in AI? So now we have a pitcher's count. We have load management in basketball. We have a fucking a football guy that don't want to carry the football 300 times. And now you don't think American sports are dying? Fuck out of here.
I don't know if I would say dying because I think it's the best time in the history of American sports, JB, to be an athlete. Like people are in such like now to be a celebrity as an athlete, all you got to do is have one great play, like one big game, and you get as much adulation and exposure as guys that did it for 5-6 years, which is I think is old school guys. That's where we kind of have an issue with it. We don't mind anybody being celebrated. What we don't like is when you anoint people into positions before they've actually done the production in our mind to justify being in that position. To me, that's the only issue I have. Stop making these guys superstars and celebrities and Hall of Famers before they actually do it.
Is it player empowerment, though, that is ruining this? Because coaches beg players every day not to transfer from their organization, number one. High school, college, NFL free agents are demanding trades now. Player empowerment, is it hamstringing coaches from being the coach that I was or am, and now we can't be that guy? We can't tell Austin Ekler, hey, dog, shut the fuck up. I'm going to give you the ball 35 times now. Like, that's what I would have did, right? That's back in your day, Shaun. We would have had coaches tell us that type of shit instead of, please, Ekler, stay. We'll put you in the slot, and we'll throw you tunnel screens, and we'll – like, that's what – is it hamstringing coaches?
Where's Ekler, the Bears?
Washington.
Yeah.
Is it hamstringing, though, the fundamental level of coach? Like, just think about high school, college, pro. It's like we got to beg these dudes to play now.
So, JB, it's all about the culture that you decide to stand on. Nick Saban didn't baby anybody, right? He came to Bama. He played the guy that was best. He didn't care what. If he was a freshman or if he was a fourth-year senior, he played the best guy. But Saban also had the full support of the AD and the president. Look at Georgia. Kirby Smart the same way. Like, look at Michigan under that run with Harbaugh. Same way. So it's really about what path you take as a coach. Stop being sweet. Stop acquiescing to the players. When you get a job, say, this is what it is. And you know what? The guys that fit that narrative are going to gravitate to your program.
Shaun?
I'm never going to sugarcoat how I coach.
I would argue that the reason I brought up the player empowerment thing is because, to your point, Eric Bieniemy tried. They fucking ran him out. And I'm just being honest. If I tried right now, they'd run me out. I'm just telling you right now because I've talked to EB, and EB tried it. Don't wear no hats. I'm setting the tone. This is my room. I don't want you to have fucking hats on in my room. That's all it is. And then they went out to social media, did a podcast, bitched and moaned. EB's too hard. He's like cussing us out. Blah, 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 blah. That's my point to this player empowerment shit. Like, it's like we don't want – it's not a men's league no more. I'm tired of hearing this is the man's league. Like, no, it ain't.
I guess where I differ slightly, I'm not going to draw a line in the sand about what the hell you got on in the meeting. I'm going to draw a line in the sand about you being in the meeting on time. Right. I'm not going to even draw a line in the sand about you having to take notes in the meeting. But I am going to draw a line in the sand about what product I get on the field.
What you retain.
Right. Yeah. When I get on the field, if you making mistakes, you got a bunch of MAs, missed assignments, for those that don't know what that means, and I get back in the meeting and you ain't taking notes, then guess what? I'm going to call you to the office and I got a problem with that.
Hey, Shaun, I'm going to be honest. Like, if I coach tomorrow and I'm hiring Shaun King and I'm going to hire you and I'm going to hire fucking Tank and some old school cats, and we're going to go out here and I'm the head coach, I'm going to say, Shaun, you know what? I want to recruit 21 personnel and we're going to run fucking ISO and power. And you're going to be like, what do you mean, JB? We don't, can we recruit that personnel? I don't care. We'll go get a big body fucking guard, put him at fullback. And you know what? We're going to make the 215-pound linebacker in the NFL now fit a gap and spill the box. And I'm going to run the football at your motherfucking ass. And I bet you money, if you did that shit right now, you'd be like, holy shit, we can't be stopped.
Well, JB,
look at Michigan, Shaun. Look at Michigan.
Michigan just did it for the whole rest.
That's what I'm saying. Teams that want to do it are actually still winning. Football hasn't changed. Even though we've window dressed it and made it pretty and we've put spread out and option and RPO and we've done 10%, it hasn't changed. Physicality, if you run the football, the other team will turn it down. Especially now in this pussy era, Shit.
Which is why I'm high on the Ravens this year, and Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry doing that, running the ball together and making the Super Bowl this year.
If my coach don't make it.
If my coach don't make it.